you volunteer, so go ahead. Okay.
Yes, as well, you would also probably.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let's go ahead and all settle into our seats. It is a great day here at Triple U. My name is Sarah Sullivan, and I want to welcome you all to the University Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. If you are new here, welcome. If you are old here, welcome too. And if everybody would take a moment and wave to our friends online who are joining us as well. Thank you, Mallory, for the prelude. We have had a last-minute change in cast. Alicia is sick and not able to make it, so Janet and Mallory are filling in last minute, which I actually think is appropriate given today is going to be a super flexible, fun day. All right, we're going to start with committee moments. If you are a committee chair and you have an announcement, please come up to the mic.
Hello. Okay, there we go. It's working. Hi, everyone. Today with Ari, I just wanted to thank everyone who donated or helped out with the camp out cookout last night. It went very well. The winter solstice service was lovely, and I just wanted to say thank you to anyone who helped with props, donations, anything like that. Thank you to Alice, who helped me make some of the last-minute props last night while we were camping out. So I just wanted to give a big thanks to all of that. So thank you all.
Women's group Sisterhood will be here January 2nd for a soup night and a game. And unrelated to that, today is Laka Day because we're Unitarians. We do solstice and Hanukkah and Christmas all in the same day.
Yes.
I love that. Laura Owens with Social Action Committee. This is the last day that I'm going to be picking up for the Hope of Apopka collection. Thank you to everybody. We got a lot of stuff. I appreciate that because I may not be here next Sunday. So picking up today, delivering again the week after Christmas. So if you do bring something the following Sunday that you wanted to go to Hope of Apopka, I can deliver it to Hope of Oviedo. And if you have any questions about Hope of Oviedo and what they are and what they do, let me know. And also at my holiday party, somebody left a ladle. So if it's any of you, let me know. That's why I'm carrying this.
Hi, I'm Janet. So after the service today at noon, we will continue the winter solstice theme from last night. In the New Inquiring Minds discussion group, and we'll be using the winter solstice as a springboard for thought about our the experience of time, both as we experience it now, and how people might have experienced it back, say, in the Neolithic. So it was really, we're going to cover a huge time frame. But anyway, I hope to see you there.
Good morning, I'm Lindsay. Next Sunday will be, I guess it's our third annual poetry sharing, poetry open mic. You are welcome to bring a poem that you like, preferably one that's not more than 2 or 3 minutes long, to share with us. When you come in, we'll sign you up just like an open mic at karaoke. And feel free to share your poems. Adults and children, this is a all-family service, so if a child has a poem to write, if you think, gee, I'd like to write a poem, but I don't know how, I'm going to suggest an ode. An ode is a poem in which you praise a person, place, or thing, and you think of your all 5 senses and how you feel about it. Pablo Neruda is one of my favorite poets of odes. He's written poems to watermelons, and you can write a poem to a bicycle or to a rocking chair and just tell it how you feel about it. So next week is poetry. Please bring a poem to share.
Hey guys, Derek, Facilities and Grounds. See this? This little thing? Could you, real quick, check your chair and see if you're missing a foot? All right? Because these things kind of, if they don't have their feet, they tear up the carpet. Right. Oh no! Looks like there's multiples.
Oh, we found
Winner! Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Okay. All right. We've learned that this is going to be the scavenger hunt du jour. All right. Let's go ahead and take a breath as we enter into today's service. Today's service is the children's service, and they're going to be doing a play. Now, I want to tell you a story. A couple years back, when my son was in college, he was talking about a presentation that he had to give. And he said something about how, I did it really well, it was great. And I said, oh yeah, you're a really good public speaker. He said, yeah, I am, I'm really comfortable up there. And I said, well, you can thank Triple U for that. And he said, what? No. I'm like, well, let's review the facts. When you were really little, you would come up and maybe say one of your joys, like you got a new toy. So you got a little comfortable. And then maybe you were the chalice lighter, so that you, again, got up in front of people and people clapped for you, and it was all good. And then there was the times when we had the kids' service, and you would, with 3 other kids, stand there and sing a song. And then when you got older, you even had a speaking part. And one time you were the narrator. So Triple U gave you all of these opportunities to become comfortable in front of people, in front of a warm and loving crowd. And he said, wow, I guess you're right. So I want to say thank you to Triple U for helping my son be a good public speaker. And also thank you to all the people who have made today possible, because you don't know the ripple effect that you'll have by allowing our kids here to have the opportunity to perform in front of a loving crowd. And we will love on them today despite any, it's a kids' service. We're going to do that. All right. So I'm going to turn it over to our storyteller.
So like Sarah said, this is our holiday pageant, and it is little to no rehearsal. So all of our kids are awesome. They're going to do a great job, but it is fun. It is meant to be silly. It is meant not to be taken super seriously, but there are really wonderful messages in there. So please just, if you want to laugh, laugh. Like if someone makes a mistake, let them keep going. Like don't start murmuring or anything. Like it is just very easy going with it. And you can see the crafts, like most of the props are things that are just hot glued together and things like that. So it's going to be awesome. But so if you want to laugh or anything like that, it is fun. It is silly. So feel free to.
Hashmakatu?
Grab the other one.
Hashmakatu, Hashmakatu.
The name slipped out of the wind as it changed directions and sailed over the dunes of sand.
Hashmakatu, Hashmakatu.
But Hashmakatu, the old camel, was asleep in the desert night. He dreamed of oasis, of pools and wells, of desert springs, and enormous camel-sized canteens. And he dreamed of a hump large enough to hold oceans of water. But the voices of the desert night wind were not interested in Hashmakatu's dreams.
Hashmakatu, Hashmakatu, you have been chosen. Great things depend on you. Your strength and courage are needed this very night. Hashmakatu. Oh, for Christ's crying out loud. You blasted camel, wake up!
Hashmakatu peeled back one eyelid from his slumber. He grumbled.
Why should I wake up?
You have been chosen to make the journey to Bethlehem. In that city, something beautiful and wondrous awaits. You will carry the gifts.
Why me?
The old camel whined as he opened both eyes.
What have I done to upset anyone?
There is a great need. The wise men, they have gifts to offer a newborn child.
Child. Wise men? Is this some kind of joke?
This is no joke. The wise men need your help.
Oh yeah, if these guys were so wise, what do they know about my joints, my gout, my sciatica? I've got carpal tunnel that would make an elephant cry. What kind of gifts are we talking about? How much do they weigh?
The wind shifted uneasily back and forth. Hashmakatu felt a shiver run down his hump. He had lived in the desert for nearly 40 years. Never had the wind talked to him like this before.
I don't know.
He began to make excuses for himself.
See, I really would, except I have so many other commitments. There's a watering drinking competition down in Raggle, and I've been training for it. And then there's a promise I would make to appear at the cud chewing convention down in Beesman.
A sudden torrent of wind cut off his voice. Sheets of sand flew high in the air. It whistled around and around, almost forcing Hashmakatu to stand right up or be blown away. For an instant, his hooves could not even touch the ground. Such an experience was very unnerving. Hashmakatu felt it unsafe to continue his defiance. He asked carefully,
When do I start?
Today.
and with that, the sand voices disappeared, and it was morning.
We'll follow our tradition now of lighting the chalice. We have two chalice lighters today, Stella and Luna. Luna is 4, Stella is 6. Their pronouns are she and her, and their joy is the play today, which is a joy for a lot of us. Wonderful, thank you. See, future public speakers. If you would join me, in the light of truth and the warmth of love, we gather to seek, to sustain, and to share. And if you'd also join me in the affirmation, love is the spirit of this church and service is its gift. This is our great covenant to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in love, and to help one another. This morning, we light this chalice for the courage to tread into the dark places in our lives, for the insight to realize we are needed, and for the warmth and understanding we find along the way. Janet is now going to lead us in a hymn. Oh, Anne's going to lead us in a hymn.
We're going to sing O Come All Ye Faithful. It's number 253 in the gray hymnal. And if you'll please rise as you're willing and able. I think most people know this, but let's go for it. O come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. O come, let us adore
We're now going to transition back to Hoshmakatu.
It was still early as the wise men began placing their precious gifts of frankincense, myrrh, and gold onto Hoshmakatu's back. Wise men can sit down. Nearby, a small herd of sheep noticed what was happening and came over to watch. They heard the stories from the shepherds about the wise men who had come to town. Was this the camel who would carry the gifts of thanks and praise? From out of the crowd of sheep, the smallest among them was nudged forward from the crowd. Go on, ask him. He was heard above the shuffling of hooves.
Mr. Camel, sir? Excuse me, Mr. Camel.
Hoshmakatu turned his head.
Mr. Camel, sir, we heard you were the camel chosen to carry gifts to Bethlehem.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the lucky one.
You must be the wisest and strongest of all the camels.
Hoshmakatu suddenly felt his chest puff out and his head rise up into the air.
On account of you being so old.
Hoshmakatu's head dropped back down again.
I am very special.
Hoshmakatu felt a twinge in his back as he shifted under the weight of the packages.
And I'm not so old.
His sciatica kicked in and forced him to lean starboard.
I can still carry as much as 10 horses.
As he boasted, his ankles began wobbling a little. Inside, Hoshmakatu felt a little weak and unsure, but he tried mightily to hide it. He didn't want the lamb to think he was just an ordinary old, worn-out camel.
That's why I have been chosen to carry all of the gifts to the Magi.
My name is Humbug. Bah, Humbug. Can I come with you, Mr. Camel, sir? I won't be any bother. I really like to say that I walked with the camel that carried the gifts of the Magi.
Hoshmakatu had no use of a lamb. She could not help him carry anything. But something about her was appealing. Her innocence was refreshing. And if they really did make it all the way to Bethlehem, it would be nice to have someone else along the way who could boast his accomplishments to others.
Humbug. I am an old camel, and I am too old to start being nice now. I can't imagine what it's like to make you want to go. But if you promise not to get in any trouble.
Hoshmakatu stopped and gave Humbug a stern camel look before continuing.
You may walk beside me, if you wish.
And that is how the long journey began. All of my actors can sit down.
On our long journey together, we each have times of joy and fear, triumphs and sorrows. Today we will share some of these joys and concerns in our community, and hopefully we can help each other either in big ways or small, or just by holding them in your thoughts. Anybody who would like to share a joy or concern, please come up to the mic. Would you move that to the center? Thank you. And remember that all of these go out to the internet and are preserved forever, so be mindful of that when you speak.
My joy is that I'm so excited that I be part of the play by being a sheep. Yay! Bah! Humbug.
Well, this is so joyful, isn't it? My joy this past week is I got to spend some time with Lindsay. And for those of you who feel like you want a little help with writing poetry, she writes poetry all the time. And in fact, I brought over dinner the other day, and afterward, she read me a poem. It was a Pablo Neruda poem. So this girl knows what she's talking about. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Hi, Alyssa here. So Chloe and I are going to be going on a trip before New Year's to see my best friend in Seattle and her daughter and her partner. And it's really exciting because we haven't gotten out to see them. And I'm just really excited to connect with old friends and have a good time. Yay.
Joey Cole here. First of all, I would like to say I came to Solstice last night. I had no plans to. Lindsay couldn't make it, and they asked me to read her part, and I was very complimented. It was fantastic. If you have an opportunity to go to Solstice next year, definitely take it. And I got my Christmas present this morning seeing Jules here. It's so nice. I had no idea you were going to be here today, and that's such a wonderful Christmas present. Thank you. Let's welcome Jules back, even if it's only for a day.
I'm going to echo Joey's joy. The solstice was beautiful, and if you've never seen Roberta Lerman's solstice story with her beautiful artwork that she has with it, and she just does a gorgeous, it's gorgeous every year. She's done it for 15 years, so if you've never seen it, it's a treat. And second of all, I realize that maybe you don't know what a latke is. So latkes are traditional potato pancakes that we have for Hanukkah. And they are made with egg, but I did also make a vegan version of them for everybody. So enjoy.
I've got a couple joys. First of all, the latkes, because I remember those early this morning. I was like, oh, we're getting latkes today. Second, we have Amelia home from D.C., and then Olivia comes home on Christmas Eve. So we'll all be, this is the first year that we're not all in the same state for the holidays, so it's kind of new, but very excited about that. I also wanted to let you know, Jill Metz, I think some of you know, fell a couple weeks ago. So she fell, and they wanted her to have some observation for low sodium, but she's home, and it just sounds a little bit like she's frustrated about what's going on, but she's well. So that's my joy.
So yesterday I went up to Gainesville to see two of my nieces, my brother's girls, and for those who don't know or may have forgotten, which is fine because there's a lot to keep up with. My brother, he passed away about 4.5 years ago when they were 17 and 20, so now they're 22 and 25. And while their mother is still alive, she's not very useful. I'm sorry, it's just not, she just isn't. And so they're kind of having to figure life out on their own, and they're doing really well. So, and they're becoming my daughters now. Since I have sons, they're becoming my daughters. And speaking of my son, my oldest one, he passed. So the differential equations is done, and he will be here tomorrow, which is when it'll be my Christmas present. So.
My joy is that
I have a joy. My husband and I, Alan and Molly. Okay, my husband and I volunteered at Christmas in the City, which Hope puts on, and it was really amazing. Ingloriously, we were in women's underwear and children's underwear. but it was great seeing all the volunteers and all the groups that came and sang and performed for everybody who was there. And just to see all those families and how happy they were. And also the Sikh band performed, which was really amazing. So.
Last night, my son and his wife took me to SeaWorld, and the lights over the lake were beautiful, and the lights coordinated with the music as this lady played violin, and then the incredible ice skaters. But the best part was spending time with my son and his wife. And tomorrow, my older son turns 60. Oh my goodness. So 60 years ago, he was born in Bremerhaven, Germany. So he's up in Virginia, but I'll be thinking of him.
Recently, William and I were very happy to be able to share Triple U Fellowship with members of the community where we live. We were able to go on a wonderful trip, a holiday trip, and 5 members of the Triple U Fellowship here were able to go with us. And I was very happy to announce on our motor coach to all of our other people that we did have 5 members of the church that William and I attend with us today. And those members who attended have a special pin that says Triple U Fellowship Traveler. And for those of you who would like to pick out who those 5 people are, we'll be posting this picture up in the hallway there so you can pick them out. So.
I was on the trip. It was awesome. Let's take a moment now and acknowledge all that has been shared, as well as all of the joys and concerns that remain unspoken and yet are on our minds and our hearts. In this moment of quiet, may our hearts open to hope and healing. May our minds open to peace and possibility. May we hold all of these in love and tenderness. Thank you. We will now transition to the next chapter of our story.
Okay. If I gave you a prop during Joys and Concerns, I'll tell you when to stand over on the side. Hashmakatu and Humbug walked from morning till noon across the desert sand. It was hot. The old camel felt a little weary. His joints ached and his hump was killing him. But he seemed to be holding up. The little lamb, on the other hand, started to stagger a little.
Hey, kid, are you okay?
Huh? Who, me? Never better. Maybe a little thirsty.
Hashmakatu raised an eyebrow, knowing there was no water with them. He thought this idea of a sidekick might have been a bad idea. Camels are used to going without water, but lambs? He suggested they stop for a minute. It was then Hashmakatu and Humbug spied a pack of wild goats coming toward them from the adjacent mountains. The goat walked right up to the old camel and inquired,
Are you the chosen camel?
I'm Hashmakatu. What is it you want?
We have heard you are carrying the gifts.
Yeah. So?
Please take this milk. Huh?
We have collected.
We have collected.
It's our atheist.
It's our camel.
Okay. It's our gift to the child.
Perfect.
Okay.
You want me to carry milk? I'm not no milk-bearing camel. I'm not like you.
With that, Humbug, feeling a little more lively by now, stood up and spoke.
That's right. He's not like you. He's the strongest camel who ever lived. He's as strong as 10 horses. He could carry 100 times more milk than you have brought.
Humbug!
Hashmakatu stopped the young lamb.
You needn't to be bragging.
He felt the aching in his joints, saw the swelling from his gout, and winced at the pain from his sciatica.
This journey will ruin me.
Then he raised his head and gestured towards the goat.
Give me your gift. I will carry it to Bethlehem for you.
Delighted, the goats left, and Hashmakatu continued on with humbug. Will my people who have presents come line up where you would for joys and concerns? Will my camel and sheep move over a little bit this way? Yeah. At 1 o'clock, they caught up with a family of 3 millers. Each of them carried a large sack of grain and rice.
Look, Mr. Camel, sir. Do you suppose they're going to Bethlehem like us? Hey, you guys, over here, over here. Here's the strongest camel ever lived. He's going to Bethlehem. He can carry your grain for you.
The millers all rejoiced in their good fortune and began piling the sacks of grain onto Hashmakatu's back.
For a little guy, you're sure to have a big mouth.
Did you say something, Mr. Camel, sir?
I said that your enthusiasm for my strength is quite inspiring.
As the 2 animals continued through the desert, word spread about the strength of the camel carrying all the gifts to Bethlehem. People began to gather from the neighboring towns and villages to meet Hashmakatu and Humbug as they made their way. At 2 o'clock, several people gave Hashmakatu a bundle of their finest silks. And at 3 o'clock, 2 young girls brought rare birds in cages. At 4 o'clock, a group of bakers gave him a basket of their finest breads and pastries. By 6 o'clock, a long line had formed of people bringing their gifts to the old camel. There were jars of honey, bags of money, and jewels and beads. There was also 2 large rolls of cloth, and to top it all off, 20 gallons of wine. Put it around the neck.
Yeah, you're good. Good job, Chase.
They loaded and they tied, they fastened and they secured. It was an enormous load. One could scarcely see any camel behind the mountain of gifts he carried.
I don't think I will make it. I can't carry no more. My legs are getting weaker. My gout, my sciatica, my joints. This journey will ruin me.
But even as the old camel moaned to himself, Humbug beamed with amazement and pride with each gift that was mounted to the old camel's back.
You indeed, the strongest camel who ever lived. I knew you could do it. Others may have doubted you. Indeed, you may have doubted yourself. But I knew you could do it.
And as Hashmakatu gazed into the young lamb's eyes, he felt a strength that belied everything in his old body was telling him. He looked out towards the desert and the miles he had to go, and he took a deep breath, stepped forward towards the horizon. Thank you. All actors can sit.
Haven't we all found ourselves facing something too big to handle, something too heavy to bear, or some kind of enormous burden? Maybe learning to read, or learning long division, or making friends in a new place. Maybe for you it's doing all the shopping and cooking and cleaning and wrapping and traveling for the holidays. We've all stood under heavy loads. But occasionally we find there in the deepest part of our despair a voice, a person, a reminder that we are really more than we thought we were. There is more to us than we figured on. Maybe we can do what we had thought was impossible. Maybe we are stronger, braver, nicer, more patient, more resourceful than even we knew. And it's in these moments that we discover something new in us, and a new, fuller understanding of ourselves is born. We are now going to have a wonderful tune, Jolly Old St. Nicholas, and it will be played by Mallory and by Addie. Was marvelous. All right, we're going to transition back to our story.
One step at a time, Hashmakatu and Humbug began the slow march towards Bethlehem. And the next few hours of this journey were arduous and painful, but the old camel made his way silently, careful not to stop for fear that he could not begin again. Humbug walked beside him, although she frequently fell behind from thirst and fatigue. She tried as best as she could to keep up. Hashmakatu, as well, often found himself taking slower, smaller steps. But the compromise in the old camel's pace seemed more likely the work of compassion rather than exhaustion. And as the sun sank over the edge of the desert, a lonely silhouette of a figure traced over the sand towards the travelers.
Excuse me.
It was a small shepherd calling to them.
I have heard of a camel, the strongest camel in the world, who would be passing of this way.
Oh! You got the wrong camel. I'm merely helping my cousin, with a few meager belongings to get him moved into his condo. I'm not the one you're looking for. I hope you find him, though. Well, who be seeing you?
Humbug took that moment to cough a rather raspy, indignant cough. Hashmakatu looked down at his hooves for a moment, feeling a little ashamed of his fib. But he also felt the weight of the load on his back, and his joints ached, and his sciatica was flaring up, and his gout was killing him.
I have heard Hashmakatu is his name.
Another cough came from Humbug.
Look, I am Hashmakatu, but I can't help you. I can't carry any more gifts. I have more than enough. Please understand.
I'm only a poor shepherd. I have no possessions myself. But on the hillside I have a good place to sleep that brings me great comfort. It is a gentle place to rest my head, and my flock can gather round me. Together we are warm and we have hope. I have had a child who's born alone in a city not far from here. I want the child to know there is hope, and warmth and comfort in this world, I wanted to offer a gift.
Another gift! That's just great!
It is a small straw for my bed, in hopes that he too may rest his head in comfort.
I cannot carry bales of hay. I already have too much.
Please, it's only one straw.
Another cough came from Humbug. Hashmakatu looked at the small shepherd's eye.
Okay. But this is the last straw! You will break my back with any more gifts. Place it behind my ear. I'll give it to the child.
Hashmakatu lowered his head, and the shepherd placed a slender piece of straw in the folds of his ear. Hashmakatu raised up again, feeling like he was now carrying twice the load, and he was a few minutes ago. He strained and groaned as he stood, and as he was about to continue on the way, the shepherd called out,
"Excuse me, sir."
What is it? I told you that was the last straw. No.
I think she's ill.
Hashmakatu turned and saw Humbug lying on her side.
Humbug!
Hashmakatu stepped over to where the shepherd knelt over her.
She needs attention. It would be best for her to go into Bethlehem, where there are shepherds more knowledgeable than I. But it doesn't look like she can walk anymore.
I will carry her! You cannot fight against my will, little lamb. Have you not figured out by the time I am the strongest camel in the world?
You don't need...
Nonsense! Climb on my neck. I will get you to Bethlehem.
The shepherd helped Humbug climb onto the gift-bearing camel. It took every ounce of strength left in the old camel's body to stand again. He ate, and his cries filled with the desert night as he struggled to take the first step. His joints burned with pain. His back felt as though it would shatter with every movement. And nevertheless, for the first time since his journey began, Hashmakatu had no doubts about where he was going or what he must do. All my actors can sit.
We're now going to go ahead and sing a hymn together. If you would rise in body or spirit and join me. One more step. One more step, we will take one more step, till every word are us and everyone will take one more step. One more word, we will sing one more word, till every word is heard by everyone. We'll say one more word. One more prayer, we will say one more prayer, till every prayer is shared by everyone. We'll say one more prayer. One more song, we will sing one more song, till every song is sung by everyone. We'll sing one more song. We will now rejoin our story.
Here, you and Addie will be hiding behind the screen. I'll tell you when to The night was as black as ink when they started towards Bethlehem. Hashmakatu had to squint to see anything. In between his glimpses to the horizon, he would put his head down. Sheep and camel, pause. Pause, not move. In between his glimpses to the horizon, he would put his head down as to focus every muscle, every nerve, every ounce of energy into taking the next step. Several more hours passed this way.
Hashmagatu,
Yes, my friend.
you don't need to take me with you. I will be all right.
Maybe, maybe not. But I needed to take you just the same.
Why is that?
Because I could. And because, I don't know. I just needed to.
There were a few moments of silence.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
What?
As if by instinct, Hashmakatu raised his head, and there in the sky, just above the horizon, was the brightest star he had ever seen. It was nearly blinding to look at. It sparkled and gleamed and brought light to the whole sky. Just below the star stood the small town of Bethlehem. So directly in its line, one could have sworn the star was charting the course.
Oh my.
Yes, oh my.
Hashmakatu did not know where his strength was coming, but at that point, he no longer doubted their arrival. It was simply a matter of time. Indeed, the whole journey seemed like it was a matter of time. Hadn't he waited his whole life for something this worthy to take him somewhere so important? Perhaps it had always been a matter of time. Perhaps, as well, a matter of need. Across the last few dunes, the old camel carried his load. His back and his legs ached, and he could scarcely summon enough water from his body to scrap together one more swallow. But all old Hashmakatu could think about was time. So much time. Time he had wasted by sitting around in the desert, waiting, watching his life pass by, never even considering the journey which had just changed his life. These were his thoughts as he walked into the small town. In his eyes collected the water his throat could not find. In his fatigue, he felt the strength he had never known. In his wasted life, he felt the redemption approaching with each step. In his loss, he felt a presence of glory. You guys can drop the curtain. The star continued to make everything nearly as bright as day. Hashmakatu saw people and animals gathered in the hay outside a small inn. As he walked towards them, the people and the animals stared in amazement at the loads of gifts that he carried. Such a load had never been carried by any beast. Exhausted, he knelt before a woman and her child. And as everyone began giving the gifts the old camel had brought, Hashmakatu placed his weary head next to the baby and breathed a sigh of relief. All of us can sit down. Thank you, Jason. Here, I can take that bed.
We'll now have time for a little music, and it's joyous music because of our joyous part here. Lindsay is going to give us an introduction.
We're going on a little time-traveling trip to the year 1850. In the year 1850 in Medford, Massachusetts, every year around Thanksgiving, they had sleigh ride races. Now, a sleigh can go very quietly through the snow, and if two sleighs are headed towards each other in the dark, they might bang into each other, and so they put jingle bells on the bridles of the horses so to keep them safe. And they came up with the idea of having sleigh ride races every year. And so a man named John Lord Pierpont wrote this song in 1850 for the annual Thanksgiving sleigh ride races. Now in 1857 or 1859, by then he had moved to Savannah, Georgia, and the song was published. Now, up in Medford, Massachusetts, they have a plaque in the town square. The Jingle Bells was written here. In Savannah, where John Lord Pierpont had moved to be the music director, where his brother was the minister of the Unitarian Church. Yep, he was a Unitarian. They also have a plaque saying Jingle Bells was written here. But he moved to Savannah and before it was published. And if you take a tour of Savannah, as I did, the tour guide will mention there's the Jingle Bell Church, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Savannah. So let's sing Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. Oh, it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Hashmakatu's eyes closed even before his chin came to rest in the soft pile of hay next to the child. A hand reached out and patted his forehead. It was the small hand of a child.
Thank you, Hashmakatu, for bringing this piece of thought. It was the last one I needed to sleep and covered in peace.
Hashmakatu opened his eyes. There in the straw just in front of her mother's lap lay the child. The child, in a familiar way, cast a knowing glance back at Hashmakatu. That face, was it not the same face as the shepherd he had met on the way? The one who just gave him the straw? It must be. He was almost certain, just as certain as he recognized the face of the lamb laying beside them. A few feet away, next to the mother and child, lay Humbug, asleep.
We made it, my friend. Now the shepherds will care for you, and you will be well.
An old donkey standing nearby spoke.
How is that you talk to this little lamb as if you knew her?
This is Humbug, my friend. I carried her through the desert when she fell ill and could no longer walk.
Those listening looked at one another bewildered. The donkey spoke again.
I think your journey has made you more tired than you realize. This lamb was born here yesterday. With her first step, she wandered over to the child and fell asleep next to her in the hay.
What? No, that can't be!
It was then that the little lamb opened her eyes. Without any more words spoken, the old camel heard again the voice which had guided him to the manger.
I told you I would be all right, Hashomaku, but you were right. You had taken me with you, though may not be able to say why you could carry me. If it was for you, not for me.
Almost in the very same breath, in the very same voice, Hashmakatu heard the child speak those very same words.
It was for you, not for me.
And with that, a rustling of the hay, the desert wind kicked up another familiar voice.
It was for you, not for me.
At that moment, one of the wise men came over to the old camel with a large basin and a bowl. Which he filled with water and pushed in front of Hashmakatu.
For you, my friend, you. What's that?
Earned.
For you, my friend, you earned.
You earned it. Hashmakatu bowed his head and drank. All my actors can sit.
We come from many places, traversing many types of darkness, working unimaginably hard to make sure that our common spaces, something beautiful is able to happen. Our gathering community brings us many traditions. Today we're going to have a song from the Jewish tradition, which Janet will lead us, having related to Hanukkah. And then in this season of many blessings, we're grateful for so many things. This is also a time where we will have the interlude and offering, where we support the Hope Community Center that Laura spoke about earlier.
Okay, many of us are unfamiliar with this tune. And I'm going to ask Mallory, who got on this morning, by the way, to play it through once. And what we're going to hear is there's a first part we'll hear twice, and we're going to sing twice. Then a B section, a middle part, we'll sing once. And then we'll come back and do the first section again. But go ahead, Mallory. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero, his age came to our aid. Who can retell the things that befell us? Who can count them? In every age a hero his age came to our aid. Oh, at this time of year in days of yore, Maccabees a temple did restore, and today our people as we dream will arise united and be redeemed. Who can retell the things that befell us, or can count them? In every age a hero his age came to our aid.
We're now going to have the final chapter of our story.
You guys don't need to stand, actually.
Yeah, you don't need to stand. Unless you want to, Cameron.
The story is that although Hashmakatu was already an old camel before he made the journey, he lived an unbelievably long time afterwards. There are some who say he never died, but instead continues to live on in the desert, befriending people who make the journey into darkness. Some say he continues to carry those who are lost or unsure towards the holidays that they long to see. If at some point this season you feel lost and you don't know what to do, perhaps Hashmakatu will find you and take you where you need to go. If you find yourself acting with uncommon spirit and kindness this season, perhaps he already has. Happy holidays to all. Kaden, do you want to come take a bow? My cast, my crews. So we have Kaden Hashmakatu. We have Alice Humbug the sheep. We have Mendel the shepherd, a wise man, and several other things. We have Addie, our musical player, as well as our child. Chase, come on too. We have Luna and we have Stella, our sheepies and our wise men. And we have Chase, who was our goat and our star. And thank you so much to Maddie and again everyone else who helped out. Oh, everyone come back. We'll take a picture real quick. Entity! Oh, here, let's give her the star. It's very important that we do.
Yeah, Alex, Wendell, Addie. Here, come over here. I'm very good. We can get forward. We can get forward.
On three.
Stop it, guys.
On three, we're going to say the name of the camel, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Hashmakatu!
All right. Thank you.
Body. I am. Oh man. Oh my God.
What a joyous event. Thank you to everybody who made this happen. All right, if you will join me, we extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment, peace we carry in our hearts until we are together. All right, we will close by singing Joy to the World. Gary will go ahead and lead us, and if you want the words, they are in the hymnal, but they'll be up on the screen as well.
So Janet will give us a very short introduction. Oh, you can stand up. Joy
to the world, the word is come. Let earth with praises ring. Let every heart prepare a room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, now gladness reigns. Let hearts their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plain repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat, repeat the sounding joy. So more let sins and sorrows grow, nor thorns infest the ground. The clouds us now its glory show, for as love is found, as far as love is found, as far as love is found.
For my closing words, I want to encourage you all to take a message from today forward into your week and your month and your new year. There were many things you could be taking. For me, I'm going to be taking the overall spirit of today with, it doesn't have to be perfect to be joyous and exactly what we need. Thank you all for coming, and have a wonderful week.